Coach, obviously 2 losses against 2 very quality opponents. How do you maybe assess your team right now?
You know, right now, just a lot of new faces. A lot of guys still trying to go through new things, learn the offense, still learn the defense. Maturity. We haven't quite matured in to that level yet. I think we're pretty close. We just got to learn to do our job and do our assignment. I still feel like we got guys kind of questioning what they're doing out there. And I think once they understand what they're doing and exactly knowing what they're doing, we're going to be fine. But right now, we got to grow, we got to mature, and start playing to our level and start playing to our potential.
The way the first quarter went, was that kind of a glimpse of what can be for 4 days?
I think so. I thought we did some very good things, offensively and defensively. I know they came out and drove down the field. They held to a field goal, and we drove down and should have tied it up right there. And then when they drive down and score, we drove down and score. And that's something we expect out of our guys, and things we want to do. I just think we got a little behind and we kind of panicked a little bit. And I think we tried to hit the long ball instead of just doing what we were doing and going with what was working, instead of just playing the game the way we play the game.
The O-line, since obviously on crutches, what is his status there?
Right now, it's just first degree sprain. We just got to make sure that we look at it, take care of it, make sure it's ready to go. We don't know if he'll be ready this week or maybe it'll be a couple of weeks. And it just kind of depends on how he progresses and how much pain he can really take. But he'll be back before the season's over, and we'll miss him, but we'll have some guys fill in behind him.
What do you do for his job? It's kind of, the depth is pretty young at this point.
Yeah, very young right now. So we got McDonald. He was just a sophomore, and then we got some freshmen coming in as well, and we got Keith Tuttle, who has never really played the game yet so far. So we got some young guys to fill in, but keep it very simple, keep it very basic for them, and hopefully they understand what we're doing and do the job.
On film, do you feel like the offensive line was making stronger holes last Saturday, or is it still not where it should be?
When you watch the film, it was just there's some holes there. It's just like we're one block away from really having a great game. That's something like I'm trying to teach my backs as well. We're cutting way too much. Just make one cut and get vertical, and now we're getting 3 or 4 yards. We're cutting, and then we're getting, we're maybe 1 or 2 yards. So we got to work on making a cut, getting vertical. If there's nothing there, just pound your head in there. Let's get a few yards. And watching it, we're close. We were real close. It was just 1 block away, 2 blocks away, but we're very close to having pretty good offensive line.
Quarterback is a very competitive guy. How's he doing after the interceptions on Saturday?
And he, a good example. Great kid, awesome kid. We talked to him about it, and I said, "What were you thinking?" He goes, "Coach, we were down, and I was trying to make things happen. I was trying to get caught, get back into the game as fast as possible." I was like, "That's maturity level. You got to mature and grow and understand that that's not the way to do it." And hopefully he understands that. Now just go with our scheme, go with what was working. And we'll drive down and get some scores. And when he does that and figures that out, he's going to be a great quarterback for us.
Minus those second half interceptions, were you more pleased with his decision making, what he threw, what he ran, and who he threw it to?
I was very pleased when he was calm, cool, and acted like the quarterback, was the quarterback that we wanted. When he started doing his own thing and trying to make things happen and forcing things, I wasn't very pleased with it. But that first half, I was very pleased with his performance and the things he was doing, because he was right on target, making his reads, hitting the spots where he needed to hit them, and he did a good job for us. Hopefully continue to grow off that first quarter, that first half, and be better this whole game next time.
There was second and third string guys out there, but Kovac certainly moved the ball well. Is there any sense to maybe use him in any sort of downs on Saturday?
If we need to. Right now you got to give it Travion. We've been through this before. We a quarterback here, another quarterback there. I'm just honestly tired of doing it. I'm going to stick with the guy and go with the guy and see if he can get the job done, and let him build and get better as a quarterback. And I think that's the only way you get those guys better. You take your lumps, and he's going to make some mistakes, and you just got to understand he's going to do those things, and he'll grow and mature. And heck, who knows, maybe this week or next week he's right on target.
Zach Gahn had his best game receiving. Was it a byproduct of what Washburn was doing, or is he going to become more of a part of the offense from here on out?
It was a little bit more Washburn. We knew they'd bite hard on play action, and the linebackers would come flying, so we did a lot of play action to him, and we'd get him right in behind him, or we'd throw him the ball, and he did a great job of finding that spot, catching the ball and getting vertical. There's one in there, we throw just a little bit shorter, it was fingertips on him. He probably catches it and scores. He's done some great things, does a very good job blocking for us, catches balls well. He's really turned into an all-around tight end.
It seems like Ed Smith, whether it's been a jet play, a pass, a run, just has not gotten going. Is that more the blocking, or is it more?
It's a little bit of both, a little bit of timing, a little bit of blocking. Pretty soon he's going to square one and go. He's going to to see it and it's going to be there and he's going to get going. I mean, you watch it on film, there's a little, if it was just cut here or you would have made that block for you, it would have gone. You know, it's just getting these guys on the same page and figuring it out. And, you know, we got a lot of young kids and a lot of new faces. It just takes time. It doesn't happen overnight.
Defensively, there were several occasions where guys would just fly up and try to make a hit and not break down and go for a tackle. Is that a fair assessment of what some of the guys were doing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we do tackle drill 3 times a week, and you can do all you can, but unless you do live situations, which we won't go live and practice anymore, just because you don't want to get anybody injured, it's hard to tackle. You know, the NFL guys never go live. You kind of see them doing the same thing. They dive in, miss a tackle, and we just got to learn to, you know, wrap up, run our feet, grab jersey, and, you know, and just not dive in and hit guys. And, you know, again, just young kids, and they got to figure it out.
A couple lopsided scores in the first 2 and what's still ahead. Do you worry about such a young team, the psyche and just keeping them engaged mentally and not getting too far off track?
You know, we just got to be positive with them. I mean, I know they're great players. I know there's some great things to come out of them, and they just got to grow and mature. And, you know, that's how you explain it to them is that, hey, we're close. We're getting there. And it's you young guys developing and understanding what we're doing. And, you know, things will happen for us. And, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. They're figuring things out each week and getting better each week. And as long as they can continue to do that, this group of kids is going to be fine.
Well, we talked about this touch Saturday, but that D-line really hasn't gotten any pressure. Has that just been maybe that they're not getting through, or what's on that?
Yeah, the last 2 offensive linemen that we've faced are a very talented group of guys. I mean, they're big, they're strong, they move very well, and you know, it's going to be hard to get pressure on those guys. And you know, the quarterbacks are making their reads very well as well, and you know, it's just hard to get to them. But you know, hopefully they start pinning their ears back a little bit in those 3rd down situations and make things happen. But you know, right now they're just, you know, we match up pretty well, and we just got to make a few things happen, make them miss a little bit, maybe twist a little bit more if we need to.
A little bit more Kendrick Johnson. Is he starting to?
Yeah, Kendrick's starting to see things a little better, starting to understand our schemes a little bit more, and you know, we try to keep those guys in and out and keep them fresh so they don't get tired as the game goes on. And you know, as long as he stays in our defense, he's going to progress and be pretty good. It's just going to take a little time for him, you know, to understand our schemes and what we're doing exactly as well.
We are all very versed on who Northwest Missouri State is, but is this group young enough that maybe they don't quite understand who they are, and is that a good thing?
You know, we still got some veterans. They understand. You put in the film, you know, they understand, they watch it. I mean, Northwest is a very good football team, and they've been for a long time. And, you know, you can tell just by the way that they've developed, and they've been there for a while and understand the schemes on offense and defense very well. It's like the back of their hand. And, you know, they're a good football team, and, you know, we just got to do our best to stay in the game and hang with them. Right? You know, I think these kids come out and perform at a high level like I think they can. You know, you see it in spurts. If we can do that for 4 quarters, you know, I think we got a pretty good chance to, you know, try to be successful next time.